Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the PTSD show, and Happy New Year to everybody. Bringing in 2023, so we're gonna start off with 2023 with a new topic. Got a nice topic today. So uh, the topic is going into 2023 is middle class still is middle class still. Come on, man.
I put that much ice in it.
Why you Why you look like that?
A little ice you put it.
Look at these ice shakers. All in one. I got two ices.
I think you gonna put a whole thing of ice
Hey,
in it.
I'm like,
I did. I put some more in there. I put like
go
six.
ahead, go ahead.
Anyways, we over here just goofing. But anyways, we're bringing into the new year. Is the middle class still existing in 2023? So everybody, we got the classes and everything. So I think it's upper. Well, apparently it's five now. We're gonna go more into that, but apparently it's upper. Back then it was upper, it was lower, middle, and upper class. But now times has changed. The inflation and everything. So now it's poor, lower middle. I believe upper middle.
Yeah, I think it was like you talking about the five, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the five now.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it was poverty, lower middle,
Lower middle,
middle class,
middle
and
class,
then it was
upper middle, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Upper
No, it
middle?
was just straight middle class.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then it's wealthy.
Okay. Yeah. So apparently it's five classes of like wealth and everything. So um, going into 2023, I'm gonna just give you my opinion. To me, there is. So basically, the question is middle class still relevant in 2023? So I'm gonna give you my opinion. Yeah, I think it is. The middle class is still relevant, but it's heavily dying. Is they're trying to get rid of it. So what I mean by that is everything with the inflation and everything, house loans, bank loans, everything is getting so much expensive, so expensive. I feel like they trying to widen the gap between like the middle class. So in my opinion, that later down the line, there's either going to be rich and there's either going to be poor. So my opinion is there is still a middle class existing still, but it's not how it used to be. So like I think back then, middle class was considered like 32,000 to 50,000.
Yeah,
32,000 to fifty
like in the
thousand.
early 20s.
Yeah,
Mid 20s.
yeah. So now that's like considered lower class. So it's like over time they it kind of shifted. The classes kind of shifted. So now I think like $100,000, six figures. That's not even considered rich because 100,000 ain't nothing now in 2023. So even with that, that's not even considered high class or rich class or anything. You got to be making more than that, plus to even be in that category. So with the middle class, it's getting hard. It's getting hard out here, man. With the middle class and everything, people are barely keeping up. People in debt. Uh, just car loans. Everything is getting more expensive. They raising stuff on rent. They raising prices on bills. They raising prices on insurance, home, food, everything, gas, water, even like basic needs that you need from water, food, and everything. Basic needs they getting that's getting high now. So
Shoot, you
it's
just talking about the stuff you just bought.
yeah, it's kind of a joke about the lotion about the Vaseline. It was like a bottle, this like the
So
size.
you talking about the lotion?
Yeah, Vaseline lotion. Yeah, bottle's $10, man. $10. And I'm like, just for one bottle. I understand if it was like two, if you get two packs,
Yeah.
two for 10, then I'd be like, okay, that's cool. But just one bottle is crazy. So it's getting hard out here for the middle class, and people are barely you know, affording to live in this world. Even when they're trying to save money, even when they're trying to, but it's still getting hard because you still got the bills don't stop. The bills don't stop coming. They don't care if I can't make it this time. That late fee.
Right.
So middle class is definitely still here, but it's drastically declining. It's drastically declining. and like with the workforce and everything, jobs, with wages and everything, that's even playing a big part because people are working all of these hours and they barely getting, they barely making the cash and minimum checks and everything.
Yeah.
So working all these hours and they're not even getting what they want in a check because of the taxes.
Right.
That's another reason. The taxes have been killing us. Taxes have been killing us in Illinois. So
They taxing everything. Even when
everything,
you do
everything.
orders online, you see the taxes that went up on those.
Tax is a tax.
Yep, exactly, absolutely. So
Back then it used to be like some change or $1. So
Now
now
it's
they doing like $4 worth of taxes on your online
exactly,
shipping
yeah.
and stuff.
It's like something. It's like,
come
oh,
on.
get this for 150. Then the 150, then it'd be like It'd be like the total. It'd be
Extra
like
$7.95.
178. I'm like, dang, man. It's like
Right.
I just want for
Might as well
150.
get two of them.
Exactly. So that's just my opinion. It's still there, but it's drastically declining. So it's just hard out here. But I'm gonna pass it to my cousin Dre to see what he think
Yeah, I
on
agree
this
with
matter.
you. I really do feel like that because you see that like the wages are going up in certain areas, and it's like the wages are going up, which is cool, but at the same time they're only going up because the economy is going up. So it's like they really just trying to keep you at that level or where the economy is going at. So even if your minimum wage is going up to like $15, when back then it was like maybe like $9 or $10 a few years ago, but now that it's 15 in certain states, it's like okay, you just really making the bare minimum still. It's just like okay, all the prices from taxes and rent and bills are going up, so it's just keeping you right there where you at. So and like with the whole like I think we looked up that the upper class is really considered if you're making 150,000 annually now at this point. So even making 100 grand ain't even touching upper class. So you still consider middle class if you make it between I believe 53,000. I think it was like 53,000 and 100. Yep, 106,000 for middle class. Yep, and that's crazy. And it even says here on the upper middle class, it's between 160, no, 106,000 and 373,000. So that's still upper middle class. That's not even rich. Now, if you're making over 300,000, then you're considered rich,
It's almost $100,000, man. Yeah.
and that's crazy. And not a lot of people can make that type of money. So, but I do feel like the economy is pushing towards having only really two classes, being rich or poor, and those that are considered in the middle class or in the even higher middle class is still going to be considered poor based off how the economy will be moving. So it's like I don't know. It is strange because at one point I remember like in school they taught us that there were 5 different classes and stuff like that. But it's like even like when you living every day and you seeing the stuff people go through and them working and they making decent money and they even feel like that's not even enough money that they're making because they're barely trying to keep up. And sometimes you could say that they're trying to keep up with the Joneses because some people do take on extra expenses that they don't need to take when they're making decent money. But at the same time, certain things I feel like is just like how can I put it? Certain things you shouldn't have to pay for. I mean, you of course we have to pay for things, but I just feel like certain things shouldn't be so pricey when it comes to survival. Now that's why a lot of people are doing a lot of the crazy things that they're doing now because they're fighting to survive. So when everybody's at that survival instinct, now it comes to a point where okay, people will do anything just to make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like yeah, that I can really see that's how the economy is going. Honestly, like it's messed up though. But I agree with everything you said, Sean. Like I feel like that's just where we going right now.
That's true. And I also wanted to add another point with we talking about the like the income in the middle and the classes and everything. We taking into the inclusion of like families, so household families. So I think it said like
Oh
a
yeah,
family of three.
yeah,
So that means like marriage, like husband, wife, and then children.
yeah.
If the wife and husband, they join their income together, and the income is like, let's say, 50,000. Now that's barely making it. That's barely
You
making
said
it.
for both?
For both.
Oh, for
For both. That's,
yeah.
that's barely making. But back then, that was like you could live off that, just like what you said. That back then, like back in my dad's days, 50,000 for like the woman stay at home, the dad go to work, bring the bread and everything. That was enough. That was enough because
Yeah.
the cost of living. That's another reason the cost of living has increased. Man, the cost of living has increased drastically. Like everywhere you go, Vegas, California, especially California. California is crazy.
Yeah.
My mom went to California to go to a concert. I think it was last year, and she said she's seen so many homeless people on the street, like under the dishes with beds and covers. She was like, it was so many homeless people. And then it was near the concert. The city had to get rid of the homeless people because the people going to the concert was walking in that area.
Yeah.
So, but it was, she said it was so many. It was so many, and I seen it on the news too. Like people sleeping in the cars. It's just hard. It's just it's crazy out here. So it's like middle class is trying to barely make it, and even it's like they get ahead, they go two steps back because of the country and everything. Like they hound you on this debt and everything, and oh, bills coming. Okay, I finally get to save some money. Okay, let me put this up. Rent due. Rent $1,300. That's two steps back. Okay, you pay the rent off. All right. That month rent paid off. Okay, so I'm gonna start stacking money. Nope. Electric bill due and water bill due. $200. That's like another three steps back. So it's just like the middle class. I feel like they can't get forward. They can't never get forward when it comes to saving money. And even in my experience, work a nice job and everything, but it do like with the checks and everything. It's like, dang, I wish had a little bit more and everything. Yeah. So even in my experience, and I know like with budgeting money, even with people that budget money, that's still not enough. That's still not enough because you could do everything. Like you can budget, you can you don't have to be in like the expensive life and everything. You just have to get your basic needs, food, water, shelter. And if they going up on that, then how can you survive? You going up, they going up on the stuff that you need to live. Water, heat, because winter's coming. So if you don't got heat, you're gonna be cold. You're gonna freeze and everything. Food, you need food. Meat is going up. Meat prices going up at the grocery stores. Produce and stuff.
Ain't gonna do nothing but go up too. The
Crime rates ain't gonna go. Yeah, a lot of robins and everything. So it's like food, water, and shelter. Those are the basic needs. If they going up on that, it's gonna be more difficult. It's gonna be more difficult to try to get ahead because they going up on the stuff that you need.
Yep.
So
I agree. I mean,
it's hard. It's crazy. It's tough.
A lot of people nowadays are gonna have to start really like getting a roommate at this point. Like rather that be family members or a person in a relationship with. Like y'all at this point, people want to have to bring two incomes in order to survive or be able to live off on their own in a way. So it's like being a person that makes the money that you probably make, and then not being able to pay your bills and stuff like that it's kind of messed up because it's like, okay, you want to be independent, you want to live your life and be able to do the things you want to do, but at the same time be responsible and take care of your stuff. But it's like the economy keeps going up and you're not making enough to do those things. So it's just like that it comes to a point where you have to make compromise and be like, okay, hey, look, we both ain't got no place yet. Well, I guess we both probably come together and put our money together and try to get a place and be roommates and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, it's just like, and it's been planned out for the longest. That's the thing. It's like people always seen this type of stuff coming in a way. It's always been going up as time has passed and stuff like that. But to get to this point like so soon is ridiculous. So
yeah, we living in this era. We living within the era. It's crazy. We living within it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's just really my thoughts on that, though. I mean, what can you really do, though? I mean, that's the government at this point. They're gonna always, try to get money the best way they can, and that's business at the same time. That's business, but they're not gonna look for your best interest in a way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are trying to. And some people have been doing it good. Some people have been trying to figure out ways to, beat the system and stuff like that. Try to, like I said, the whole roommate thing is another way to do it. But there's other ways to, figure stuff like that out. So, I mean, it's not the life you want to live at the same time, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But, yeah. So, that's my thoughts. But, what was some other stuff that they brought up on there? Because I think we looked at something else. I just forgot. Because it had said something that caught my attention. I forgot what it was. Okay.
Which one was it? About the income thing?
Yeah.
That's the history. Which one was it? mortgages anyways. It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. You know, even with rent and everything, they raise that because with rent is more. It's cheaper to rent how it's cheaper to rent housing than buying a house because of buying a house you got to put down the down payment. You got to put down the down payment
Oh,
on
yeah.
rent too, but with a house you got to put more of a down payment on. Because I watched this video, he's like, if you buy, if like for anybody buying a house, and I actually agree with him. I think his name was Steffens Cole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Steffens Cole.
What is it? What is it, Pickable?
But he said like if you buying a house or if you plan on buying a house, he's like save up the bread and then just pay 80% of the mortgage, which ain't actually a bad idea because 80% you can't find it because 80% you just got 20% to pay off. So, but that's if you make enough money to do that. That's if you just stack your bread and stuff. Be smart with your money. But even with that, like even with mortgages, they going up with that. Houses and stuff, but it's just with rent. Rent is the killer because renting, you paying for something so high that you don't own. That's
crazy?
what's crazy.
And you keep
Yeah,
paying
You
that.
paying you
over
paying
and
that
over.
monthly. At least with a house, you paying it, but at least everything in that house is yours. Everything you moved in there is yours. And even with apartments too, it is yours. But majority of the stuff in the apartment, the tub, the basement, the kitchen and everything, you didn't design it. They designed it, and you just gotta live in it. But you paying, and the kitchen could be not good. The kitchen stove could be messed up, but you paying $1,300. You paying $1,300 for something that's not even yours.
And that's the same thing I said a while ago about the whole insurance thing, and like how we talked about that whole insurance stuff as a scam, rather be health insurance or car insurance and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll sit there and say like, okay, you got to pay this certain amount for your insurance. Let's just say car insurance, for example.
Okay.
And you paying that annual, like every month. Every month you paying a certain bill, and how often do most people get into accidents? You know what I'm saying? It happens. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But let's just say you've been paying, like you've been going to Allstate for a certain amount of years, and you've been paying your bill on time and everything like that, and you pay like maybe 200 something, and you don't get into an accident maybe like 6 years later, right?
Right.
And of course you pay a deductible, and they tell you that, but all that money that you done put in them, because you gotta remember that's 12 months in a year, and let's say you're going 6 years doing that. And I don't know the math on that, but that's a lot of money that's already put up. So just in case something happens, and it'll be able to cover it. But you don't really know where all that money is going to. And let's just say you rarely don't even get into an accident. Okay, where's all that money going then? So it's like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You don't even get to touch that
I
money.
agree with that. At least they should do something like a refurbishment, reimbursement or something. Like give that money. You've been a loyal customer. You ain't getting no actions. Your license squeaky clean or anything.
Yeah.
At least give you something back a little bit, just something. But
I can see
they
that.
don't
Yeah.
even do that.
But yeah, they
Well,
ain't.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, they ain't even trying to do that. So that's why that whole like the car insurance stuff and all that.
It's a scam.
It's all a scam, bro. Like for real. Like
And I'll tell you guys another thing about car insurance.
yeah.
I think we're going this way. Y'all gotta excuse me because my other tripod is acting crazy. It kept shaking, so that's why I changed it to this.
Oh.
And they be just shaking like an earthquake. But yeah, the cost of living is way too high. People getting raises, $15 raises, but stuff is so high, it's like you're not getting a raise.
Yeah, basically. That's how.
And the thing about the car insurance, you pay so much money a month for car insurance, whatever.
Yeah.
But add on to what you were saying, where does the money go?
Mm-hmm.
And when you have an accident where you got to pay $500, how come they can't just take the money out the money you sent them every month?
Yeah.
Think about it. So where's the money going? So you're actually paying for, you don't even know what you're paying insurance for.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't.
That's crazy.
You got to, it's mandatory. And see, when they, and the best way for them to get money, what they say, it's mandatory. So I mean, you got to do it.
Right.
But you paying your insurance bills every month. Perfectly, beautifully, peacefully, no problem. Bam, you get into an accident. You can't just take your car to the shop and be like, can y'all fix this? You got to go through an insurance. And they say, well, you got to give us $500. But I've been paying y'all for 10 years. With all this money I've been paying y'all.
Yeah.
It's always been a scam on things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we was talking about earlier about the
Income.
No, the new it's 5 different classes now, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
say, yeah.
Yep. The class and everything. Yeah.
People really won't be able to live like that anymore.
Yeah.
No, but like you were saying earlier, when I was telling you when I was younger, people was having whole families for $50,000 a year, $40,000 a year. But now that's frowned upon. You can't even do nothing like that. And that's funny because when I went to work, me and the bus driver was just talking about this. He's like, man, that's crazy because $100,000 ain't no money no more. That ain't nothing. You gotta at least be in the 200,000 and up.
Yep.
To at least try to live comfortable. Now, if you by yourself, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got a wife and kid or got kids that live with you, that $100,000 is gonna be it's not gonna be enough. You got school. You gotta pay. You gotta buy them clothes. You gotta take care of yourself.
That's true.
Yeah, just like you said, you went and bought you some Vaseline lotion. That's $10. It used to be $6.
Yeah.
That's $10 now. Now this is 2023. We got all the way to December 31st of 2023. You don't know what changes they finna bring now, man.
Yeah.
And it's always gonna be about money.
Always.
Why is it always about money? I don't know. And they'll flash it up on TV like, oh, Chicago is, the minimum wage is going up. It looks good on paper. But when you get your check, it's like it looked at first. Like, this ain't nothing. And they wonder why people get mad.
Yeah.
But the rich, the thing is, the rich was never supposed. The rich, I ain't gonna say never was supposed to, but the rich don't help the poor.
Yeah.
The rich help the rich. Now, if the rich help the rich, you got millionaires, then you got billionaires, and then you got cajillionaires. Those are two different races that don't even hang around each other. You don't find cajillionaires hanging with billionaires.
Well, that's true. Because
You don't. That's out they league.
Because they evolve more.
Exactly.
They transcend the
Now
higher.
you might get a billionaire that'll hang out with a millionaire every once in a while. But in that billionaire's man, he like, man, I got more than you anyway.
I wonder, is that like universal though? Because I wonder if it's like you don't really see like people like that's in the middle class really hanging around poor people like that either though. Like what?
Figaboo said she can fix that for you, Shan. Buy some unscented lotion. Unscented lotion and Vaseline. Mix it. Boom. There you go. Hey, watch. You gotta watch him. He gonna try.
Might try.
Mom, you got some lotion?
But yeah, but I was wondering that because it's like some people like that's in the middle class. They'll probably not be around like people that's poor and poverty and stuff like that. I mean, they might have like family members that's like that, but you don't really see them around them like that. You know what I'm saying? So they keep their distance because of whatever social status they at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that's like universal though. Do y'all think?
Say it again. Say it again.
No, I was wondering because you had brought up an interesting point saying like, okay, you don't see millionaires hanging around like people in the middle class or people that's poor, or you don't typically see trillionaires being around millionaires or anything like that. So I was wondering if that was universal across all different classes.
That's a good question. Man.
So you basically sound like you don't see like middle class people hanging with like lower class people.
Yeah, like the higher you go, you don't really hang with the people under.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that decreases.
Yeah,
you don't hang with them no more. That's why people fall out. Like, man, you forgot what you
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, because you on a different standard now.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we don't have true. I'm not gonna say we don't, but if we do, there's very very little percentages of cajillionaires in America.
Yeah.
The cajillionaires are the Sultans, them Arabs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys got
Princes and
castles.
Yeah.
But you see them hanging around their own kind.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They be all on YouTube stuff. He's a cajillionaire. He's a cajillionaire. They best friends. Yeah. These people got money that make Bill Gates look like nothing.
Because they move different. So on that, I would agree with you. They move different.
They move way different.
Because I'm gonna say this: money. When you have not even an abundance of money.
Right.
If you have like money and you like good with it and everything, it could get you a lot of It could get you to a lot of places that you never thought you would get in. So I would say with the universal, like it's like kind of a code, universal code. The middle class, it's kind of like it's like what that saying is. I don't hang with broke niggas.
Yeah.
Like if a dude get rich and everything, I don't hang with broke niggas no more. So he evolved from that.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I'm gonna be honest with you, from my experience, I'm gonna be honest with you. Broke people and people who's not rich, but they got they got like
got
money.
their-
They can
their
hold
sh-
their
their
own.
ish
They
together,
don't mix together, bro. I'm just
And
saying
you know
they don't
what?
mix together.
And you're right because like you kind of.
And I'm not.
No, go ahead,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
I'm not saying all broke people beneath me. It's just that y'all have a different way of thinking, and that's okay. But it's just broke people and people who are well off, like your doc, not even doctors, just somebody who making a good amount of money. They don't mix together because they have different mindsets.
All right.
This broke person might go out with this like me, you and Tony,
Yeah.
we all go out and we be like, oh, my treat, or oh yeah, I got this one, or everything. People that's like, oh, that don't have much, they'll go out with us, but they ain't gonna never. This is just me. They ain't gonna. They less likely to get the bill. Be like, oh yeah, I got this one. They'll be like going just to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I want to eat with y'all, but I can't really pay nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like they'll do that and everything. So they don't mix well.
No,
That's
I
just
agree.
my.
I agree with you on that because I think the different classes also has to play a role like with mindset too.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is a little off topic and stuff like that, but I think it's interesting because when you think about all the different classes, each class has a different way of looking at life or how to look at different situations. But you can also say the same like some people that's in poverty, they have a hustle mindset. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though they're still in poverty, they have a mindset of somebody that knows how to hustle in a way. If you get what I'm saying?
So the hustle mentality, like with low poverty and everything. Now
Yeah.
that I do agree with you
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you got some. It's kind of 50-50 though, because
Yeah,
you
it
got
is.
some that be hustling and everything, that
Yeah.
be about that bread, and then you got the ones that be potatoes and they're like, oh well, F it, okay. So
Yeah.
so it's kind of like split down the middle,
Right.
because you got some ones that's know they broke,
Mhm.
and they fine what they at, they fine with what they at, but then you got the ones that know they broke, but they like, okay, let me get my stuff together, then they could transcend to the classes and everything. That's what a saying come from. I was broke. All the rappers said, I remember I was broke. Now I got money. So that's like that hustle mentality they have to put on and everything. But you got some that's be like, oh, I'm broke and hey, F it. I mean, I'm gonna just mooch off other people and just mooch off this girl or mooch off my friends and everything. And it's just like instead of changing, you will just rather sit in that position. So
Yeah, money is.
so it just go both ways.
That's true. And I think you got to be a person, and that's another thing because you got to have a set of morals too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think morals is like very important when you like live in life too because it's like you can have a lot of money, but then your morals are so messed up. You know what I'm saying? You could do things with money you shouldn't probably be doing. And, you know
Yeah, you can say that again, bro.
yeah, and that's why we hear a lot of rich people that got money. They be doing some of the wildest
Yeah,
stuff.
stuff that ain't even humanly. Why you swimming with alligators?
Right, or playing around with little kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
stuff like that don't even make no sense.
It don't.
You know what I'm saying? And that makes me wonder because it's like, okay, you make so much money and you get bored, obviously. So you go do the things that you're like in your darkest desires in a way, and that's why like when we hear rich people do stuff like that, it come off surprising, but then it doesn't get to a point. It's like, okay, it's a lot of them doing this type of weird stuff. So what's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? So I think like money, like, and you can't really blame it on money. It's like you got to blame it on people because it's like people attach themselves to money so heavy, they let the money change them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, now that I got money, I'm gonna go start doing stuff like this, and you wasn't really doing stuff like this at first. So now I'm act crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to really like when you got money, you have to know how to move with it, but also not let it take over who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? So just because you make money don't mean you have good moral standards. You know what I'm saying? So money shouldn't change you. And I think Tony always talk about it like people that get into the industry and stuff like that, and they do whatever it takes to get the money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know this way off topic, I ain't gonna get too deep into that, but like we hear stuff about like the industry and people stuff they into that typically is associated with people that make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to have certain integrities when you make that type of money, and that's why, in a way, that's why a lot of people don't really should be making that kind of money because of what they can do with it. So
they do more. They cause more harm than help.
Yeah.
That kind of money.
Yeah.
And I always say like with money, there's a saying money amplifies who you are internally.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So if you are just trash person, if you egotistic
Yeah.
and just in it for the paper, you get a high level of money, that's gonna show now. Because you got access to that. Oh, I got access to this. Now I'm gonna be an a-hole. Now I'm gonna be a queen, a diva, and everything. Money amplifies who you already are as a person.
That's true.
If you're a humble person that has his head on straight and everything, that's gonna amplify you. You know, you get money and everything, and you get like, let's say you get like $50 billion,
50 million?
50 million, yeah,
50 million.
whatever, $50 million. An egotistic person who's in it for like the culture and the style and the fashion and everything, he'll blow that in like a month on like clothes, cars, and everything. And it's just like, bro, like you got to be smarter with that money. You got to be kind of smarter. That's why with a lot of rappers in the industry they go broke. That's why a lot of them go broke. And Waka Flocka said it too. You remember Waka Flocka? He was like in grade school. He came out. I don't know how long ago this was, but Ron showed me a video. He said Waka Flocka, he was in it to get paid, and hey, I like seeing brothers getting paid. You know, get that money, but just admit it. Just don't be like, oh, don't be lying. So, oh, I'm not doing this for the money when you are. That's why I respect Waka Flocka when he said it. He was like, he came out with, he was like, man. He said I knew I was trash. He was like, then why did you rap? He was like, cause I was trying to get them checks. He saw them checks. He like, man, them checks coming in. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get to a comfortable situation, and then I'm gonna retire. And that's exactly what he did. He retired.
So he played it smart.
He played it smart. He rigged the game. Like you said, he rigged the game. He was like, I know I'm trash. I know I'm a trash rapper. But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to get these checks. And once the checks get to a comfortable spot where I feel, then I'm out. But you got the rappers is like coming in and be like, yeah, I like the money, but I think I can rap. It's like, nah, bro, come on now. And it's like a trend. They get on the trends, and then when the trend dies, they wonder why their concerts not selling out. They wonder why they dying out. They wonder why the money not coming in no more.
True.
So it's like people got to be smarter with the money too. They really do got to be smarter with the money.
True. Yeah.
It's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. A good friend told me this. It's how much you spend. If you got $50 billion and you just blowing it on cars, clothes, and strippers and everything, you're gonna go broke quicker.
True. And even though they say like $100,000 isn't a lot of money, and I think it also depends on how you spending that money and what things you're trying to do with that kind of money. If you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say if you're a single person and you making that kind of money, that's enough for a single person.
Yeah.
And now, if you barely can scratch the surface and surviving, that means you probably got too many high bills. So you probably need to go get you like a decent apartment. You know what I'm saying? Or a decent car. Like, you ain't gotta go all out with it and stuff like that. But of course, that's not enough for a 3-family household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, a lot of people expenses get too high and stuff like that. So everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. So that's really what it is.
I mean, I'd rather have money and live in my means, than have all that money and just be buying crazy stuff like a lot of people do. No, you ain't gotta worry about it. Yeah, and buy crazy stuff like a lot of people do. I got 6 cars now. I can only drive one. You know, it's not like I can take my soul out and throw it in one car. And no, I can only drive one. So now you got 6 cars. Guess what that is? 6 different notes. If you ain't paid for it, one insurance don't cover all cars. There's 6 different insurances you got to have on the car. 6 different tanks you got to fill up because you got to keep gas in the car, especially Chicago.
Maintenance. I
got a house. Instead of me putting money into the house, I want to buy my own house, fix this one up, buy that house, then buy another house, then have another house in Vegas. All that stuff adds up, and just when they go broke, then that's where they go crazy because they ain't got no money now. It's hard for a person to make. Let's see. Let's give me a price range. $3 billion a year. I'm just saying. And then the government come. You don't pay your taxes. They come take all your stuff, and now you're down to $5,000 a year. They don't know how to act. They've been having this stuff for years, but how they gonna live on $5,000? You said it. But guess what? Welcome to the real world now. Now you got to suffer like everybody else, because there's going to come a time $5,000 ain't gonna be nothing. $100,000 ain't nothing already. Soon, $250,000. Some years that ain't gonna be nothing. But the rich gonna always stay rich because they don't affiliate with the poor. They don't. I don't care what nobody say. Sure, you can do a good deed, but when was the last time you actually seen somebody rich walk down the street and pass out money? You didn't see that. But they will give to college funds. Think about it. You got all that money, you can't take it with you anyway.
That's true.
Right, you know, people struggling.
Right,
They know.
Knock on somebody's door, hey man, here. Don't even worry
Somebody
about
help
it.
your family.
I mean, they do it on TikTok and stuff now.
I've seen a few, yeah.
Yeah, some people just, and these people be actually rich. They don't say nothing, but you know they're rich. You can't just walk
You know what's crazy?
and give people MacBooks and stuff. MacBooks are like $2,000,
Right.
and they just take them out the bag, give them to them, walk away. These people got money,
You
but
brought,
we can't do that. Come on, let's just be honest.
you brought up an interesting. I just thought about what you just said because you just sat there and said that okay, some rich people are put into like college funds and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And these would be like colleges most minorities can't afford, and sometimes these would be like black artists or black celebrities that are going put into these college funds and stuff like that. But these are schools that most black minorities can't even afford to go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you helping the people that can afford to go there,
Exactly.
but not the ones that can't even get in there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, why not help
Exactly.
the people that can't even get there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They support. Now, don't get me wrong. People do support community colleges.
Right.
That's fine. But who in their right man gonna sit down and be like, you know what? I'm gonna send some money to Harvard. Don't need no money. Stanford don't need no money.
Yeah.
Oxford don't need. Those are big schools. They
Right.
already been supported, but they'll send in millions of dollars.
They already get money when the white man
Yeah.
get
And guess
when the
what?
white man sign their kids up. They
Exactly.
already-
And guess what? Those schools, you don't find too many black people in.
No.
They're in there. Don't get me wrong, but the bigger percentage is probably European, and that's for all nations. Europeans, they pretty much run Stanford and stuff. Those are top notch. That's like graduating. I mean, that's like graduating from Hogwarts. You know, so we pretty much get the hand we dealt.
Yeah.
We get the hand we dealt. We'll never get. Some of our kids will never get that education they get because the more money you spend in school, the better the education is.
Yeah.
That's why you got high school, regular school, and you got what they call it,
Private school or
the private school, Catholic schools and
Catholic
stuff.
school, yeah.
That tuition is. I used to go to Leo. That tuition was a monster, and the teachers we had there, those were like freaking grade 8 teachers, man. But when I went to Hyde Park, basic teachers,
It was different. Man.
whole different ball game, because money talks.
I see. See, because you know what other thing I hate too? Like I don't know if y'all be seeing it like on little like YouTube ads and stuff like that, and they always talk about these little loan programs, or sometimes the bank will send you
That's
like,
a shark. Man.
yeah, and I'd be like, when I first figured out that a loan is something you have to pay back, it's literally like you just taking it out of pocket. I mean, but of course you taking a loan out basically. You paying for something that you ain't really got for right now, but when you do get it, you pay it back.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
So when I figured that out, I'm like, okay, then what's the whole point of me even taking this if it ain't free money?
And they so cold with it, man. Man, we all seen mafia movies.
Yeah.
Mafia movies. I'm not saying nothing bad about the mafia. I don't want them to come and get me. But you know, in the movies, they portray the role of someone be what? Loan sharks. Is that not the government? Think about it.
Yeah.
They'll give you credit cards, but you got to pay that money back with interest.
Exactly.
That's all they are. Loan
That's all
sharks.
it is.
And if you don't pay it, they come in to take their stuff. So pretty much the stuff we see on TV, that stuff is somewhat real. They'll take the money back. Oh, they'll approve you for credit cards, but you be paying them cards for the rest of your life.
Yeah. That's why they be trying to give you so many of them.
That's why what you
Right
said earlier, Sean. Rent, dude, you got to pay that rent. They ain't trying to hit none of that. I got to feed my kid. My baby ain't got no Pampers. Oh, well, you better put some drawers on that little nigga. Because the world is evil, man. It's all about money. They can raise minimum wage up to $50. About time Uncle Sam take his money out. The money you don't even see go out your check when you get it. You back down to making $15. See, what they do is they sit down and they plan all this stuff. They knew Chicago was going to get a $15 raise years ago. I'm going to do this. But about time they get the raise, the price of living and food going to be so high, it's like you never got a raise.
Yeah.
Look at, that was a time you used to go out to like fast food joints. You had $12, you can feed 3 people. Not anymore. You'll get a Whopper from Burger King or a McDonald's, a combo. That's damn near $20 right there.
Yeah, he ain't lying. The combo,
That's one meal.
One meal
Yes.
be like $15.
$15, $14, $15.
Burger.
And guess what? That ain't even a tax. When they finish ringing up, it's like $17.
The extra $3.25.
So you got
like,
if you're on a date, you got to look at. I hope you brought some money.
I'm like, damn, you said 29. You just said 35.
Right. Yeah, but these are the times we're living in now, man, and it's only gonna get worse. It's gonna get way worse. The value of money then decreased so much, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what do you do when the value of money get too high? You said it earlier, Dre. Crime rises.
Yep.
It's gonna rise.
I mean, they couldn't already afford what it was at that time. Now they in a deeper hole now.
So what we see on TV now on the news, them brothers be downtown busting them windows out. It's gonna get worse than that.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get worse than that.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, people are more worried about materialistic stuff first.
Yeah.
But wait till when people can't eat. They're gonna be busting in grocery stores, stealing food and stuff. Because when you're hungry, that's the son of a gun. Yeah. I mean, none of us never really been hungry for days.
Yeah.
You hungry for a couple of hours, you're like, man, I'm hungry. Imagine being hungry for a week, 2 weeks.
Starting not to think straight.
You would do anything to eat. You freaking be outside, you see a rat run past, you'll grab that rat and bite it.
And the crazy part is, and this be like with black folks too, like they sit there and rob their own kind, and they just as hungry as you is.
Yes.
But you got the white folks
that's
over
the
there with
crazy
all
part.
the money
Yes,
and all the
yes,
food and resources
yes.
over there just chilling.
They support each other.
Support each other, yeah.
Why are you killing another man that's just as hungry as you?
Right.
Can't even do that with our own kind.
You never know. Come on, bro. Talk to me. We probably gonna do this together. You don't know. Let's go downtown. But that's why I don't blame them brothers going downtown. I don't care. The stuff is insured anyway.
And it's crazy because you got all
This is
you got all the
shit, man.
poverty neighborhoods right here, and then of course you got the city right there.
Yes.
You be like, what?
Yes.
Downtown look beautiful, and then you
Right
go to
there.
the city over here, it's
Yep.
all fucked up.
Now they come over here and steal your car and stuff.
Yeah.
But they go downtown. They steal cars downtown too, but it's not as big as they do in the city. And that's where all the pretty cars are down there.
They're like, nah, we're gonna go to this gas station.
Like, driving, it kills me, like with the looters and everything.
Yeah.
I remember seeing women go in. This killed me with y'all ladies. I remember seeing live videos of women robbing salons. Salons, bro.
Grabbing wigs.
Weaves, Remy Ma. I'm like,
It's a wig. You finna go to jail for a wig.
of all things you steal that.
You gonna steal some weed.
And some leggings.
And some leggings and nails. Of
Run
all
out the store
things you
with
can
wigs and
steal.
stuff. I'm like, come on, man.
When y'all was stealing weed out of all things, but it's a grocery store next door, and you got 3 children that need to be fed. Girl, I need this weed. Now, Tyrone picking me up tomorrow, but you got 3 children that need food. It's like,
Same
what,
thing.
add that up.
Same thing with the guys. They were stealing Jordans.
Stealing
They got
Jordans.
kids,
It's
but
like
niggas run out there
Gucci
stealing
bags.
Jordans.
You know what's funny? Hold on. You know what's funny? They was going in the niggas, they was the guys, they was stealing Jordans and Gucci bags and stuff. You know what's funny? The next day, the store had the same Jordans back on the stand.
That's what I just said. The stuff.
They had
They had the same Jordans that you stole back on the stand. What you gonna do? Let me steal that one too. You got the same pair, nigga. Like what? I don't get it.
When all that looting took place in Chicago, when it was down at Macy's busting windows out.
Yeah.
That's why the police didn't stop. The police could have stopped if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, I remember they wasn't stopping.
They
They
can
was like,
have
let
all
'em.
that stuff because when we put this window back in, give us 2 days, this stuff gonna be right back in.
Right back there.
So you lose anyway.
I'm
running
like-
in, grabbing all these purses, and white people don't care about that stuff.
Look,
they're still weaving.
they got like weaves and Jordans and Nikes. All they gotta do is just
Black people
bring
steal
back
black
the truck.
things.
Man, out of all things, that's one thing that black people got bad. The materialism.
Yes.
Y'all need to knock that stuff out. Ain't nothing wrong with treat, but stealing that, of all things you can steal. If I'm going to a grocery store,
Get some food.
getting water,
Food,
something.
water.
Y'all stealing. Oh man, they looting.
Walmart.
It's a whole. It's a whole pandemic, and they over
Whole
there trying to have
pandemic.
new fresh
Right,
Jordans.
had
Ain't nobody
Jordans
outside.
Oh, hey, the North Face.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bust
That's
that
black
one.
people,
Really?
man.
How you gonna
Stealing
look good? Ain't nobody-
TVs.
Versace? I'm like, come on, man. What is going on with this materialism stuff? Ain't nothing wrong with treating yourself, but I'm like, don't oversaturate yourself. And that's
Exactly,
crazy.
Exactly.
Women stealing weave and nails, and it's like,
You trying to look good, but be hungry.
y'all logic is off.
And
People,
and
it's
and
off.
they be recording on Facebook The women do the smashing. Well, they don't do the smash and grab. They all like 5, 6 of them walk into a Chinese salon,
Yep.
and they all snatching wigs and stuff and running. One of them was ran, and the girl left and pulled off, and she chasing the car, dropping rainbow wigs and stuff.
I'm like, what?
Like, why? Is it worth? But you guess
Is
what?
it?
But when they get caught, they can't face the jail sentence because they're going to lock you up.
Oh yeah, they be crying. Oh, I'm like, nah, you did the crime. Like
If you gonna
you
steal,
knew what you was doing. Y'all knew what y'all was doing.
if you gonna steal.
Yeah. But when you get caught, don't be.
Yeah, don't
be
cry because
crying.
that comes with the territory.
Yep.
You might get caught. I don't care how good of a thief you is. One day you might get caught. So I hope you got some money saved up.
For real. Just stealing.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's crazy, man. I know we went off topic a little bit, but
It's all tied into
It's just-
it.
But
Yeah,
it do tie into it because
It's
that's
just
what
crazy.
I understand. Like people stealing like food in there, and it's gonna come to a point where the grocery store is gonna get broken into. When they get their head straight, instead of going in Gucci stores and Versace bags and stuff, it's gonna be a time when the grocery store is gonna get it too. Yeah. I remember when grocery stores, like I think it was the one around my the Myers. I remember it was police driving around because they heard about the lootings. It was security guards in the grocery stores because they was getting ready.
Right.
God,
I was like, they
they
had-
white stores ain't
yeah.
gonna play that.
Yep.
No, they'll break in some of
Police
them,
was
but,
in, but look, around with niggas at no police in sight.
right up the street when the looting first took place, right up here across the street from Farrakhan's Mars.
Okay.
Them Arabs was out there with AK-47s waiting for somebody to break in their stuff, sitting in front of the store with
Damn,
AK-47.
really?
They went right past them. No. But you can't. The thing about looting, you can't mess up your own neighborhood
Yep, messed up
because the more you break up around in your neighborhood, that's revenue and money that's got to come out of the neighborhood now. But see, a lot of people don't look at it like that. Now they got to fix stuff up.
Yep. And they come
Then they
out
gonna
of
say, "Oh, we ain't got no money for y'all now."
It's crazy, but it all ties in.
Yeah.
Cause I understand when people stealing and everything, robbing and stuff. It's wrong. It's wrong, but it's getting to that point. It's gonna get to the purge point, man. For real.
Yeah, that's
Purge
next.
point.
That's
It's
next.
getting to that like for
That's
real.
definitely next.
Cause it's just crazy. Everything going up.
Yeah.
Insurance, and
afford
people
this
just
stuff.
can't afford it. People just can't afford it. $1,400 rent, and the basement nasty, and the kitchen small, but I'm paying almost $2,000 rent. Rents. Come on now. Bathroom sucks. It's nasty and stuff, and I'm paying.
Neighborhoods. Look at the neighborhoods these places.
Right,
They
the
want all that
right.
money, and you living in a freaking zoo. Somebody can come kick your door in. You going to work, you come back, all your stuff gone. They'll even thank you know on the floor.
That's why I agree with what you said, Dad. Remember we was going to Six Flags in Gurney. Like how nice Gurney was.
Look how pretty it is.
White
Oh, yeah.
people, they take care of their stuff.
Take care of this stuff.
Schaumburg, Rosemont, we drove out there.
They
I'm
take
like,
care of each other and all that.
What can they do that we can't do? We can have beautiful communities too,
yeah, absolutely.
but we don't want to. It's not that people. Oh, it's these young brothers. No, it's the old ones too. It's the old ones too. Their communities be spotless. Beaut, and just like my old man, you say, they got kids just like we do. Their kids don't hang in front of the house. But every once in a while, you see a white family in front of their house. You don't see kids. We can drive right now out to Orland and go down those pretty neighborhoods. You ain't gonna see not one in the summertime. You ain't gonna see not one white person sitting on the porch. If it is, it's probably the grandfather with the kid, or just hanging on everybody. You don't see that out there because they don't allow it out there. But here, anything goes.
It's crazy.
And those places be beautiful, man.
Man, grass be cut, streets.
Perfect.
The streets be clean,
Yeah,
bro.
the streets be
be
clean.
clean.
Go up there on
It's like-
71st Street. You got to duck and dodge through cars because somebody it might be a shootout up there. And don't get me wrong, everybody got shootouts in their neighborhoods.
Yeah,
It
of
happens,
course.
But
Yep.
you don't hear about it that much in white communities.
No.
Yeah, sure, you got the serial killers in the white community. That's how it is. But you don't see these white boys just broke in the store. You know, you don't see that. And then when we say something about it, well, you can't. What do they say? You might as well leave it that way. Yeah.
You got it, person.
There we go. They say the kids need they need more youth programs. They tried it, didn't work. Ain't no kids gonna go to the YMCA no more.
Oh yeah,
No, you ain't never lied.
When I was coming up, we had this place in Lindblom Park. It was called, before they built the big one, it was called the Greenhouse. It was it looked like a house, but it was a greenhouse. We go in there and play board games and ping pong stuff. These kids don't want that stuff no more.
Nah, they
Hey,
don't.
what was this? A foreign language? I got to go out here and do what I got to do. But then when somebody gets shot, there you go. Oh, this guy he was a great kid. He had straight A's. You can be the smartest idiot in the world. Yeah, straight A's. He was on his way to college, but what they leaving out is he was a killer.
Right.
He killed people. He got bodies under him too.
Rob banks,
Yeah,
people,
but that's stuff they leave out. Then the mama get on. Oh my God, no justice, no peace. Your son was a murderer. He got what he deserved. And I don't care what nobody say. If you're out there killing people and it is your time, you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
So that's
You're
why
killing people. Yeah.
that's just how I go in this world now, man. Rodney, what's up? Rodney on here, man.
Oh, hey, Uncle Rodney.
What up, Rodney?
Stuff, man.
But yeah, back to the money thing. Soon money's gonna be. It was already designed for the money to be obsolete anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everything is on cards now.
Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of
You
there's very minimal places that take cash.
Yeah,
It's like
That's
some
gonna-
places
that's-
that be like taking cash only.
Yep.
But
Yep.
everybody is technology.
That's
Credit,
cash
debit.
gonna start dying out. They're
Yeah,
gonna start
cash
using
gonna
money.
die.
Yeah, that's why that Bitcoin stuff is coming up.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that too.
Mhm.
You got to be careful with that crypto stuff too. Yeah, because I heard this.
What's the topic again, Sean? Brother, what's the topic?
The topic is it was actually
Rodney's
he was
idea.
talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's like
okay.
middle class. I piggybacked off of is middle class still existing in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he according to Uncle Rodney, he said he don't think there's a middle class anymore.
I always do that. Yeah, we all messed up today, folks.
We good.
There we go. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, the topic, Uncle Rodney, is middle class. Is the middle class still existing in 2023? And we just Happy New Year, by the way. But yeah, it's just because Uncle Rodney, he says like he don't think there's a middle class.
I don't think
He don't
so.
think so. And I'm like I agree. I agree sometimes with him, but I think it's still a middle class, but it's shrinked. It's shrinked.
It's getting
Hev-
smaller.
Heavily, it's shrinked.
I think most
So
of
on that, he is right. It's getting to that point where it's shrinked.
I think
Hold
most
on,
of
hold on. You want to join? Go ahead. You can keep talking.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think most of the people that are in like the lower middle class are considered in the poverty. I mean, poor class.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Even with you making like, let's say 45 to 50 something thousand a
Mhm.
year, they still considering that not in the middle class.
Yeah.
So-
Because the value of money.
Rodney, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there you go.
what's
What's
up,
good,
Uncle
man?
Rodney?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Man, we going good, on? man.
All good?
Yeah, we good. We cool.
Happy New Year to y'all, man.
Happy
Yeah,
New Year
happy
to
New
you.
Year. Same
Happy
to
New
you.
Year
Yeah, I wanted to see you when you came. I wanted to see you, Pico, when I was up there, but I understand it's cold and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was actually gonna go to the podcast, but and I like what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing. Talking
Thank
about
you.
credible stuff.
Thank you.
You know, you and then you got your son in it too, so that's a good thing. But I just wanted to say, and I'm not gonna be long-winded. So I don't think there is a middle class anymore. It's not like when we were growing up, Pico.
Yeah.
You remember how we had a house back on 80th and Avalon? That was considered middle class.
Right.
Now it's either you have it or you don't. That's it.
Yeah.
Either you have it or you don't.
That's true.
So I mean that just goes to show like how the presidency was set up and all that other stuff. They knocked middle class out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
A long time ago. That stuff fell off. So what my father, you remember my father was a firefighter.
Yeah, he was
my
a
mother
fireman.
was a nurse, but she didn't really have to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was considered what? Middle class.
That was middle class, yeah.
And
Yeah.
where your parents stayed, Pico,
Yeah.
that was considered middle class.
Right.
But now, that stuff is gone.
Yep.
But can you tell me why it's not a middle class?
Man, I'll say it's not a middle class because of the value of money. So over time, the value of money has decreased. It's like what you said, Uncle Rodney. Like back in y'all day when y'all was growing up, $50,000 back in like 1970, 1980, that was middle class and that was well off. And it's like the women didn't have to work. They still could, but they didn't have to because the man was bringing in the bread, and they could still live off of that. But now, because the value of money has dropped over the years, for the last 40 years, $50,000 has been just it's just been getting lower. So now $50,000 is like $50 to people that's earning more than that. This is like 50,000. That's a slow Tuesday. I could get that in 1 hour. So, and it's like even with $100,000, like six figure, like I need a 6-figure man. Like all the women, what they want in a man. Yeah. It's like $100,000.
Ain't even enough.
That's not even enough because the white man that's earning more than that, they not even in this. They either not in this country, or it's very rare to have a man that's earning like that much money. Yeah. And if a man is earning that much money, he ain't black. He's white. Yeah. So, like with $100,000, it's the value of money that decreased because of the value of money. That's why I think the middle class is just. Well, I think it's still a middle class, but it's small. It's small as hell now. It's not like how It's not like how it was when you and my dad was coming up. It's small. Like when me and Dre growing up, it's nothing. So that's what I think. The value of money.
And women like my mother, Pico mother, they were given the option to work.
Yeah.
Because daddy took care of all the bills.
Exactly.
That was an option for them to work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now you live in a household where everything is the price of eggs, brothers, that went up to like $7.
When I just said that,
you was just saying
that.
One pack of eggs.
One pack of eggs. 1 box of carton eggs, yeah.
Bro, like what I talk about the value,
Not to mention, you gotta pay car insurance.
Yeah.
You gotta pay house rent. Yep. And to live in Chicago, I would argue, right, that you would have to be making $100,000 a year to live in Chicago.
Pretty much.
Comfortably in
Chicago. Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah,
you're right.
Comfortably. Yep. That I agree. Comfortably. Yep. I agree with that.
So I asked the question: where's the middle class? There is no room for middle class. Either you have it,
or you don't. It's decreasing fast. It's decreasing real fast.
Yeah, those days are long gone, man. You get a nice house in a nice house in a nice area for $80,000. No. Yeah. You want to live comfortable in Chicago? You got to come with it.
Yeah, that's true. And it's funny too, because what you're saying, Uncle Rodney, is true. With the house prices and everything, I don't know how much the houses was back then, but I'm pretty sure they was cheaper than now. But now I look at these house prices, they want $300,000 and $400,000, and the house is not even that like sufficient. The kitchen not done, the talent is off, and they want all that money. Yeah, and guess what? The person who buy that house, he got to put more money in make that house into what he want. He got to put more money into it.
Yeah, Jenny was talking about getting a house too. So I was like, well, the house that you want are maybe $500,000-$600,000. Not only that, you have to bid for them.
Yeah, you do. I found that out too. You do have to bid for them.
Facts, yeah.
Because the bid game going on.
It's a bid, yeah. I found that out, yeah. Because the person, white man, be like, my mom say like, she go like, like the first down payment, they'll be like, it's like a challenge. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, how much is the down payment? It'd be like, okay, I could put, let's say if the house is like $500,000. Yeah. I could put $100,000, $150,000 down. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, okay, I consider the offer. The next joker that want that house, he'd be like, how much she put down? She put down $150,000. I could put down $300,000. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a challenge. Yeah. Who you think the real estate gonna go to next? Mm-hmm. Go to the $150,000 or $300,000, because they want to bring in as much money as possible to sell this house off.
And I would argue that I feel like people that do want to buy houses, I feel like that should be reserved for the couples that plan on having families. True, some people will be in relationships and they don't plan on having kids or something like that, and they still want a house but they can't afford it. Or they can barely afford it, but they'll still get it because that's something they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, like if you plan on having a family, that's understandable. But as far as like if it's just the two of y'all, like ain't no point in buying
one, just because what Tony said is like it's women that be like buying houses and they just be in that by themselves, and they got 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms.
One cat.
It's like that's a lot of space for one person. Yeah. Or like the millionaires, they be like rap entertainers and stuff, and they be getting $4 trillion houses, whole mansions, and it just be them.
Mega houses.
It's like
In a garage with 12 cars.
12 cars, and it's like just only you, one person. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
About showing off.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
and that's heavy with the black community. Heavy. That's showing off. I want to flex and everything. It's that's heavy.
Well, that's what it is nowadays. It's a flex.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything's a flex.
Everything, yeah.
Especially out here. Chicago is one of them cities. Is like they really don't care because they'll take it from.
Right.
But out here,
You try to slide that in there.
They don't care about no flex in Chicago. Seriously, people ride Bentleys to the store here
Right.
because it's just a flex. It's a mean flex out here, man.
Wow, really?
He in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
And they just don't understand. Like they don't understand out here. I'll give you a situation, right?
Okay.
I got like 250 pairs of Jordans. Well, right, we'll just shoe, right?
Okay.
Pico, you agree with this? Yeah, I couldn't live like that in Chicago.
That's true.
I couldn't have 250. I got two cars. I wouldn't be able to have that in Chicago. They'll take it from me.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Which brings it back full circle that it's just a flex. It's just a flex. So I'm not so to stay on topic. I'm not even in a class of have and have not. I'm still considered poor.
And that's the majority of people.
Yeah.
So that's just to bring it full circle. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this thing, man. Love what you're doing with the podcast, man. You ought to be on Rumble. But I'm just saying. You ever heard of Rumble?
I never heard of it.
No, it's a place where I think personally you need to look into Rumble. It's like YouTube, only you have the freedom of speech to say anything you want to say.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. I think you need to move the platform to Rumble. That would be good for you, and you'll get way more views than just.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I never heard of Rumble.
Yeah, that would be decent.
Or just try and get you a YouTube channel. You need to try and grow this thing because I think you got something here. Everybody's got a podcast, but I think you got something here, and I definitely would subscribe and get other people to subscribe.
Hey, Rodney, I got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's Pico. Is it Pico Brown? Pico the City Brown.
Yeah.
All right,
One talk.
I mean, get my number. Get my number from Sean. Just send me the link and everything, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay, appreciate that, bro.
All right, I really appreciate you, Uncle Rodney, for coming in and giving your 2 cents, man. For real.
Listen here, man.
Appreciate
you got something here, and I will, you know what I'm saying? I would definitely look and see. But I think you need to check out Rumble. Rumble is better too. But anyway, Happy New Year, y'all guys, man. Love y'all.
All right, Uncle.
All right, Rodney, be cool, brother. Love you, man.
Be safe.
It's all good. Yeah, no doubt.
All right, man. Yeah, but like you were just
What
saying,
he
man.
said was straight facts.
Yeah, it does.
What he said was straight facts.
Either you got it or you don't.
I mean, yeah. For real.
That's how it. That's what it came. That's what it comes down to now. And just like you said, Sean, that was a beautiful point, man. It's the bid. It's all about bids now.
Yep.
I remember when eBay was bidding. That was just buying merchandise. But now, like you said, if I come with $150,000, I really want this house, and you got your eye on the house. You come with $250,000. Dre want the house, and the house is $500,000. He bring $400,000. Dre's gonna get the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna make up every excuse for me and you. Oh, you know what? We got other houses for y'all. That's how it go. Because now they looking at him like he got more money than they do.
Exactly.
He can pay this stuff off. They can pay it off too, but he got the most money.
Exactly. It's like a
business move.
Yeah, business move. It's
Yeah,
like
that's all
personal.
it
It's
is.
like a
That's
car.
all it
It's like
is.
buying a car. They gonna go to the customer who can put the most money down on the payment.
Oh yeah.
The most. If a car you want is $45,000, they looking at you like, okay, they're gonna run your credit. You got good credit? Okay, good. How much can you put down? They're gonna ask you that. And you be like, okay, I'll put down 200.
They're not gonna give you that damn car. Really?
No, I hear people
All
say
they
that
gonna
for
say is
real.
we got something else for you.
That's
Okay,
all they gonna say.
Let's put you in something else.
Hell, take a look at our used options. They a brand new car, you're gonna put
Yeah.
$200 down. They're not gonna give you that. No.
Can you
No,
even put $200 down on this thing, brand new car? I don't know.
I don't know.
You probably can't.
I don't know.
You probably can't.
It's probably not an option.
I
But
man, believe me.
$45,000 car, and you be like, okay, I can put 25,000 down.
Mm-hmm.
Then they gonna be like, we can talk, we can do
Right.
business. So
It'll always be better.
What?
No, I was just laughing at you. Nah, you right.
That is
You right.
funny. I ain't put no damn car. I'll put 200 down. Get out. No, I'm just kidding.
That expensive car, but can't keep the gas in the car.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's another topic. You got to know what type of gas it take. What type of gas? Because not
Yeah,
all
yeah,
cars
no,
take
no, no,
unleaded
yeah.
gas. Yeah, you got diesel. Diesel's the most expensive gas. It's like $5 a gallon. So premium, man, it adds up, bro. It adds up. So that's why the middle class is like small as hell. It's small now. It's small. It's just people are barely affording stuff. People in debt, man. People in this is just crazy.
Yep, in debt. Oh man, I feel bad for people that's in debt.
Man.
Like those that go to college and shit and come back and they like $100,000 in debt and then they got to get a job and the cost of living is already high
Right.
when they get out. I mean, they was staying with their parents or they was either staying on campus and their parents was paying for the schooling and stuff like
Right.
that. Now they got to really get out here and try to make it in a world that's already hard as it is to fit in.
Mhm.
As far as like finances, man.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you the secret to that. When people like with college, when they go to college and everything, and they graduate and then they get the debt, like the little the tuition and stuff. I'm gonna tell you the mistake a lot of people do when they get their first job and everything, and they get their first check and the first bonus of the salary. I'll tell you a lot of, and this is a mistake, and I'm advising people that do this. What do you think people like be like? Because the brain is a reward system. So they feel rewarded when they like, oh, I'm worked hard, I got my money and everything.
Yeah.
What's the first thing they do when they get their check? They get a car.
Oh, you talking about people that get out of college?
Yes, and they work and everything. That's what messes them up.
See, I didn't even know that.
You have to focus on the tuition first and everything. Now, if you already got a car, use it. Take good care of it. Because if you take good care of your car gonna take good care of you. But that's one of the mistakes that people do. They get a brand new car and the car note is high because they like look up their occupation and everything. Oh, you a doctor? Okay, well we gonna charge you $700 a month for car note. So that's drain.
And you already taking a loan. Like you already got a loan. You
already got a loan.
Now you're trying to take out another loan.
Then you
get
got
a car.
credit cards and everything. So I would say because I got debt in college. I went to college and everything, but I have a car right now, and it's running. And God help that it do run for a long time. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm like, okay, how can I? What's the best way possible to get rid of the most amount of debt? Because a lot of people, oh, let me buy a car, let me buy 50 chains, let me buy a Rolly watch, let me buy. It's like those are wants, but the need is you got to pay this debt off. So that's why I say, that's why I advise focus on like managing the money and paying stuff off that you need to pay off. Pay stuff off that you need to. Don't pay stuff for stuff that you want. Oh, I want this new Lexus. I want this new Mercedes. Mercedes cost. Lexus are those are luxury. Those are considered luxury cars. Lexus, Lincoln, those are considered luxury cars. BMWs, they get those, and the car note is high as hell on them. So that's what they mess up at.
Take that loan out and them payments start rolling. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Keep going. They ain't gonna stop.
So it's like buy a car that could get you from A to B, just like what J. Cole said. Just something to get us back and forth. Cause he don't like Ferraris and Aston Martins. He like I just got something to get me back and forth. Cause it's like he's not in the materialism stuff, and I respect Tony for that too. Cause he brought up that too. He's not in the materialism stuff. He like the jogging pants and everything, but he rich. But it's like you don't got to show that you rich. To be honest with you, ain't nothing wrong with treating yourself. But if you got this is what drives me crazy. Like I don't know what it is with with rappers and everything, but black dudes they be having 6 watches right here. They be
They
having
sure do.
30 chains. It's like, damn, bro, yo, neck heavy, man.
Got a keychain all on it.
Then they got a
6
big,
watches.
then they got a big rainbow
Yeah.
diamond chain that spins. It's like that.
They got a whole house on this.
Right.
He said 6 watches, right?
Got
They
six
do.
watches, and they shine. Yeah. They be like, that's where they go broke at. That's why.
But think about that lifestyle. I'm not gonna say what they fail to realize, but reality is, and it's true.
Mm.
Stick up man is real.
Mm.
The stick up man is real, and he don't care if you rich or poor. If he want, see what they did to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They robbed him right over here at Rainbow Beach one day. People don't care about that stuff because all they thinking is, I can get it. You first of all, you're a celebrity,
Right.
so your stuff probably is going to be real.
Mm.
I'm gonna take it and sell it for the low low. The stick up man real, but they be having all this stuff. Lamborghini, like who you, Bruce Wayne? You don't need a Lamborghini. First of all, let's just be honest. You can't keep the oil change up on a Lamborghini because it's not like you can just take it to Meineke or Oil Express.
You gotta
You got to take it somewhere else. And them oil
Yeah,
things like
you're right.
$1,000 man.
You're right. You're right. You can't take that
I'm
money.
taking
up to-
I'm gonna oil change. Here go
They gonna
$100.
look at your car. They be
Wow.
like,
AutoZone or something.
Yeah, you
Yo,
can't take a
orange.
Bentley. Have you ever seen a Bentley in Oil Express or Jiffy Lube? No, you got to take them other places.
You gonna take it to Jiffy Lube? They gonna pump the hood. They're like, damn, this the truck with a
Right.
engine. in it."
Oh, you're at the wrong place, man. You got to go down there.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Real. Yeah. No, he ain't
People don't
lying
look at it
though.
like that because
He ain't
it's all
lying.
about stunting. It's all about stunting.
That's all it is.
I got all this money, man. I got all it, and money bring cars, and cars bring women.
Oh yeah.
But then again, it brings women, and I'm not gonna say they bring the problems. Money bring problems because now you gotta watch your back.
Yeah.
Those cats
the
will
target.
off you
Especially
just for your money.
if you black.
Yeah,
Just keeping it real.
people will kill you for money, man. I mean,
Yep.
look at all these young brother rappers that lost their life. Yeah,
Man. That's
they don't want what's in your account. They want what you got in your pocket. They can't get in your account anyway, unless they just smart as hell.
Right.
Or they hold you back gunpoint like, man, put your cash app stuff in my phone. Okay, I can see that, but
Nah, you holding cash on you. I know you are.
yeah, you got money, homie.
You
Well,
got
I ain't got
50.
nothing. Let me get them watches.
Right.
Let me get
That's
all.
money.
Matter of fact,
That's-
give me the
that's-
card too.
Right. That's money right there.
Yeah, you might make it out. You might not. The stick up man don't care.
Yeah, you don't.
But you know, us, we got this mentality that when we shine, we gotta shine. We gotta outshine. We gotta outshine the stars.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Pico. I got big old chains with a big old P. You and Dre gotta carry the charm for me. Walking down the street. Like, come on, man, really? But you don't see them white boys doing that.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Eminem live outside his means? Think about it. He got money too.
I ain't seen it.
Oh, you got
He be on the
money.
awards with,
He be-
with
you know, he be-
t-shirts and jeans and
Yep.
stuff.
He be dressed, yo. You got the little
Yeah, I
joggers
mean,
on
he
and stuff.
dressed
He
nice,
can
but-
afford the
yeah,
stuff, but
but
he
he
like,
don't
man,
dress like that.
I got a daughter that's in school. I got to do that
Yeah,
and everything.
because
He can afford it, but
Life don't stop.
man,
Life don't stop, man. It don't.
Yep.
You still got to pay tuition.
hmm
And they got money, and the tuition they pay is way more than the tuition you pay for your kid if you got one.
Yep.
Because then these big old schools in California stuff, that tuition be like $5,000.
yeah,
Because if I'm a billionaire and you was younger, like in your teens, I can't put you in a school up the street.
No.
Can't do that. Oh, Dad, I want to go to Kenwood. You ain't going to Kenwood, homie. Now I got to ship you way off somewhere because I got to protect you. Oh, Sean, Pico's son up here, he got, man, look, his father billionaire. We know what he got.
yeah. You can't go to regular school.
But guess what? The trick is this. Sean ain't got no money. Let's hold his brother for hostage. They might kill my son.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to bring $500,000 to get your son back. So that means I have to move. And don't get me wrong. I'm all for when people making money like that. That's why they can't stand in neighborhoods. They gotta move
Yeah,
because cats will be after you. Your friends will turn on you so quick.
people be watching.
Yeah.
For real, they be watching.
They be envious of what you got.
Yes.
You get that money, you go.
You win a lottery for 60, 90, or $90 million. You can't stay out there. What you at
I'm
Homewood?
out of here.
Park Forest.
Park, you can't stay
I
out there.
can't stay out there no
You
more.
can't.
You moving? Yep.
You gotta go. You got to because
I win the
believe me.
lottery.
somebody looking at you.
Yeah, I win a lot. They are, man. They be, hey, Sean, what's going on?
Yeah,
I be distant. I be like, hey, man, what's going on?
Man,
I
Go
gotta
back
people
in.
steal your money.
If I won a
Take
lottery,
your life.
man, I'm like, ma, we out. What you
Tell
mean?
you-
We out.
A few people that's close to you. That's it. That's the only people you tell.
How much? Right. How much? I won $500 million. How much the house you wanted? How much the house? It's about. I got it. Come on, we going.
We
We
can't stay
gone.
here.
We can't stay here
Don't
no
tell
more.
nobody
Yep.
else where you get the money from.
But people want to get money.
They want to.
Rappers want to be still in the hood.
That's-
Bro,
that-
you got money now.
Yeah.
Do the same thing. You got
I'm
a target.
still right here. No, I gotta go. I love my community, but I can't be around y'all no more.
Yep.
So I gotta move with the white people. I got to, cause that's my safety.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's messed up. But
It's messed up. It's like that, but that's just how it is, man.
You are a walking bank right there.
Yes.
You just gonna walk across the street of your
Mhm.
hood and act like ain't nothing gonna happen.
Oh,
Or your
man,
boys got your back.
Yep. Oh, they fixing the house up over there.
Uh-huh.
And then when you fix the house up, you gotta get new furniture. Man, they been all this new stuff.
And they
Somebody
see
got some
all
money.
of that. Back
People sit and watch you,
Yep.
man.
Yes, they do.
They
Yep.
got all this. They bringing TVs and stuff in there now, and
Mhm.
all these niggas got money. So this what we gonna do. Me, Pookie, and Ray and them, we finna come up in that boy.
Yep.
If we have to kill him, we just gotta kill him.
And the truth is,
That's crazy.
they homeboys. There's only be very few of them that they've been like actually real cool with. The rest of them is just
Yeah,
like
They
part of the game
yeah,
and stuff
that's
like
it.
that.
That's it.
And
man.
but they include bringing all their asses too. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like, nah, man.
See,
how,
and
many,
this.
how many rappers we know? Well, not personally. I'm just saying that we heard that they take their buddies with them and their buddies turn on them.
All the time.
That's all the time. All the time.
Yep.
Or they buddies, they supposed to be working for them, but they stealing money from them. It happens.
That's common. Yep. Used to it. That's
But
crazy.
you making so much money, you ain't gonna know the stuff is missing.
Yeah.
You ain't. Like, dude, wait a minute. I don't pay you that much. Oh, I'm saving my money. And then months later, you checking your account, you get $500,000 missing. What the? There you go. And you say something to him, and like he gonna be like, "I'm sorry." Now y'all gotta fight.
Yep.
What you calling me a thief? Yeah, I saw you going in the safe. Here come the guns.
But nah, he ain't gonna even say that. You know what he gonna say? You
got it.
stole $500,000 from me. You got
You got
$500. You can make another one.
Go make some more.
Yep.
So I do
Crazy.
see why people do move out communities when they get money.
Yeah.
For sure.
You gotta move there.
You got to.
That's why I come back full circle too, because what you said about like the universal code, how like the rich
Oh yeah.
hang with the rich, but
Mhm.
not the poor. It
Yeah.
comes back full circle because
And
they think
and the ones
different.
that get rich that try to hang out with the people that's poor, like they old homies and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they wind up getting burnt in
Yeah,
there.
they get
They
burned.
think
man.
That's why you have to, and it's messed up because you do have to move on from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
It
have to move-
sucks.
It's messed up because you got to leave the people you care
gotta
about
leave the people
behind,
you care
but
about. Yep.
they not at the same status as you, so
They're
you just
not.
got to move from it.
You can't take everybody with you, man.
Because
You
you
only take
looking
that
at
very
them,
small.
See, some people got big hearts like that, man. If I make it, I got y'all. And God bless, he might make it. So, man, you know what? I made it. I want to take my boys out. You know, y'all work for me. Somebody gonna double cross you.
Yeah, because they want the power.
And it might not even be that people in your circle. They might tell somebody like, oh,
Yep.
my boy, he done got
Yep.
rich and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Cool,
okay,
man.
this is-
Man, where y'all
where
wait
you
though?
gonna be at? I'm
Yep.
gonna be around y'all. Where y'all gonna be at? I'm gonna be at such and such.
Yep.
Okay, man,
All right,
cool.
we got you.
And you know he got robbed.
See, and this is why it all plays a part of the social media too, because like with Instagram and Facebook, you got the ability to show your location. And what do
Yeah.
rich niggas do?
So
Showing
let's
their
go ahead.
location. I'm on downtown
Walmart,
Roosevelt. Oh, he there? Let's go pull up on this nigga. Rob him. So it's like they do this to themselves, man. 6 chains, 6 watches. They be we downtown. All right, we finna go down there right now. Hit them up.
That's why